Like, they just live by different rules and they're showing you it. You know what I'm saying? But that in itself is what makes me feel like it's the real conspiracy. I think the conspiracy is that they've been agitating black people for the last year. 2020 was all agitation. The whole Black Lives Matter movement last year was just a result of getting agitated, like just looking at stuff on TV. Then that happened, and then the people being frustrated for being in quarantine and shit like that. Niggas is like, fuck that, I'm out. I'm gonna go out there. A lot of people was like socializing in that way. You know what I'm saying? They're like, let's go post social media. Let's make posts like we out here. And then it also, you know, like random white people started destroying shit. And when you in that type of like mob mentality, when you out there protesting and you see somebody break something, you're not even thinking like, yo, that was a white person, let's not break nothing after the white people. Like, you're just like, fuck it, shit getting broke, it's getting broke. And that's how they it's kind of like they figured out the algorithms of real life. You know what I'm saying? Like what people would really do and what it takes to agitate people at the right time. It's a whole new year. So the tone is set for the new year. Like, I read the fucking article. The first article I read from this situation said 52 people were arrested.
More suspects are being tracked down today, with authorities telling them, turn yourself in.
I'm asking every individual who defiled the Capitol of the United States and broke in to turn themselves in.
35-year-old Josiah Colt of Boise, Idaho, seen hanging from the Senate balcony, says he has hired an attorney.
I didn't hurt anybody, and I just love America. I love Trump. I love what he stands for.
Citizen sleuths across America are also identifying other possible suspects. This Trump supporter was confronted by an angry vet when he returned to Atlanta.
Y'all bunch of terrorists. No, we're not.
You got something to say?
We're not terrorists.
I'm a 20-year Marine.
99.9%.
This knucklehead wearing furs and holding a police riot shield turns out to be Aaron Mostovsky, the son of a New York State justice.
This election was stolen. We were cheated.
The man posing beneath the sign above Nancy Pelosi's office is a firefighter from Florida, Andy Williams.
We're all trying to get into the Capitol to stop this.
A corporate lawyer from Dallas, Paul Davis, posted this video and was quickly identified by his boss, who announced Davis is no longer employed by Goosehead Insurance. Nicholas Rodin wore his work ID badge around his neck. Not a good idea. He has been terminated for cause. The FBI released wanted posters for 72 suspects. They're also seeking this man for allegedly planting a pipe bomb. There are concerns today that the mob will strike again on Inauguration Day. Meanwhile, Brian Sicknick, the Capitol Hill cop beaten to death with a fire extinguisher during the Capitol siege, is being mourned by his brothers in blue.
It said 47 of them were arrested because of the curfew. So 5 people... 5 people did something wrong in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Besides stay late.
Right.
And now they're like, yeah, we arrested more people, this, that, and the third. But why would you let those people just leave in the first place? Like, they should have just been arrested in the first place, bro. You trying to anger people. You trying to incite like a racial riot, a racial war. You trying to incite black people to feel like, yo, we have to go out there and do that. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if the most militant minorities right now said, fuck that, we gonna do the same shit. We tired of this shit. Y'all niggas gonna let the white people do it, we gonna do it. They gonna bomb that whole fucking building.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They'll bomb that whole fucking building. They'll change all the laws. Everybody get arrested. It'll be martial law, all kind of madness. You know what I'm saying? And it just feels like if you believe in conspiracy theories, you gotta look at it's not always the most blatant one, the one that you automatically think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of layers. A whole bunch of white people went in the fucking state capitol. They fucked shit up and they got away with it. And now they're on the news, and the news is telling you like, yo, man, this is fucked up. Even when the black people did that, they got crazy with the black people. When the white people did it, these are the same people that don't want to say Black Lives Matter. It's like Hegelian dialect where 2 people say something to make somebody else say something. You know what I'm saying? And they use trickery. You know what I'm saying? They use trickery to make you feel like
that is best.
Like, you decided that that's what was fucked up,
Right.
and on your own. But in reality, you were given bogus choices. And then in the fucking end, when you took a choice that was like, yo, I'm tired of that shit, I'm going out.
Yeah.
Then you get corona, because it's fucking corona. So when you have certain places where they can't just be like, America got too many rights, right? So if they was to come out here and say, yo, we want everybody to get herd immunity, like, everybody just get that shit. You know how many fucking lawsuits and shit they would deal with forever just saying, like, we're not going to treat nothing, we're just going to let it happen. So they got to force ways to get the people that they want outside together in bunches to possibly get the shit. Like, I don't see how that's a fucking coincidence. It's a fucking pandemic. You're upsetting black people to the point where they're out there, and then you're showing that nothing is being done. So now niggas is like, all right, I'm gonna go riot too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go riot too. Oh, they didn't do nothing in Boston, I'm gonna go in my town. And then next thing you know, every fucking city is filled with people that's not even caring about the Black Lives Matter movement, but just looking at it as an opportunistic move to do this dumb social media posting and to really front like you're up to something, but you're not really doing nothing. Because when you do those type of things, you gotta have demands, right? Like that's what happened with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. These niggas had demands. It was like, yo, if you don't fucking get us in the front of the bus, we're not gonna get on a fucking bus, right? And they did that shit for like a year and a day, right? Over here, niggas would be like, yo, man, we not gonna buy nothing on Black Friday, all right? Y'all niggas ready? And then they still buy the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then even if you don't buy Black Friday, that shit don't really change nothing, because what you really need to do is stop putting your money into that shit continuously. Because if they see, yeah, they'll be mad if their Black Friday sales go down. But if they see that the next day you go buy shit, it's still on sale and you still buy it, they don't give a fuck. They just looking at you like you're an idiot, bro. You still spending that money. You still spending that money. I give you a whole fucking Cyber Week or whatever the fuck they make up. And then niggas still buy it. So you didn't do shit for not buying shit on Black Friday. Just buy shit from black people and black businesses as a habit, as a ritual, as an everyday occurrence, to where you really empower your own people. You know what I'm saying? And you fucking don't empower those shits. Because as soon as everybody was burning everything down, I'm in Malden, Massachusetts. It's very white. There's a lot of places with like Black Lives Matter, like on their door. And at first it's like, yeah, these people get it. You see what's going on. But then when you see that it's just that, and that's just what's going on, and then they're like, yo, let's write Black Lives Matter on the floor. Let's go write it in front of Donald Trump building. Let's go right here. Now it turns into a symbolic thing. You know what I'm saying?
With some ritual or some shit like that.
It's just symbolism. There's nothing changed. It's just people that didn't acknowledge that shit was fucked up. They're like, these niggas ain't gonna buy shit from me if I don't acknowledge that their lives matter. So I never wanted to do that, but I have to right now, because they're burning everything down, and we need to draw a clear line. And we need to draw a clear line to say, yo, we support you guys, man. Black Lives Matter. So now I go on fucking Amazon or Prime Video, and they got like a whole little black section. You go to Netflix, and it's like Black Voices, and there's all these shows that were already there, but now they're just grouped into one category, and you're supposed to feel like that was progress made. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we got Black Voices, but in reality, it's just how they pitch stuff to people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Which is basically like making people human. Because if you didn't ask for that and you just give that to on the regular to us, people will be like, oh, these black people are talented. Look at this dope movie, this, that, and the third. Like, you don't do it as a token of showing that you're ready to give us justice and treat us equally, because nobody said, yo, I need Black Lives Matter written everywhere. That wasn't a problem, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now you're writing Black Lives Matter everywhere, and that's supposed to change what?
Right.
What did you change besides calming black people down, and so they don't be in the street no more fucking shit up? Because they're like, all right, now what else? You know what I'm saying? And that's where we at now. And according to this, I wouldn't be surprised if it was uprisings against in 2021 from a lot of minorities, because the trick is that they want you to, this is the time that they want you to do it, man, because with all the shit that's going on, that shit could make you lose your life, bro. That shit can make you lose your life. And you have to look at it and say, why are they egging me to try to do this? And why at the same time are they letting it happen?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them shits, they just let it happen. Because when I'm looking at the shit, nobody was there to stop nothing. From mad different cities. So I'm sitting there with my wife and I'm like, yo, is the revolution really coming? Like, this shit look crazy right now.
Like, it's looking too real out there.
It was looking wild real in every city. But then as the stories unfolded and you saw who really started certain riots and who started the looting and shit like that, then it turned into something that now you just see that there's no real list of demands for them to meet. Other than to just say like, yeah, Black lives do matter and we respect you guys and we want to have conversations. Like the fucking what was it, Capital One, they gave like $1 billion to Black Lives Matter or for Black Lives for businesses, but it's not, they just giving that money to other white people to try to sympathise to other black people. I'm like, niggas, just get that shit straight to the hood. If that's what you got, if you see that everybody's struggling and niggas is stuck at the crib because of corona, give that money to black people. If you want to act like we matter, you built this shit off slavery, right? So you built wealth, not being rich, but wealth off the backs of 450 years of people labor. So now that people want that equality and we need it the most, give us some fucking money directly, and that could probably calm us down to a point where we're like, yo, you know what, at least they're trying to put some effort into showing that something was wrong, and they're trying to rectify it in a way that helps people and not just symbolically or saying that you're with us. And now like white people is like, yo, we're at the black, I don't want you at the Black Lives Matter shit. If that's if there's mad white people at the Black Lives Matter movement, not movement, at a protest or something, then there's no need to protest
at all.
Because the problem is that white people is not treating us properly. They kill us. They don't give us the proper opportunities. We don't get. We can't live everywhere we want. You know what I'm saying? We can't walk everywhere we want. That's the problem. Like the problem is not that when it's my time to complain, I need white people next to me complaining about other white people. Right. I need those white people to fuck with, to tell their other family that might not be as open-minded as them, and to have these conversations to say like, yo, you know what? We have privilege. We have white privilege. We have an advantage over all kind of races in this country because we started it unfairly, and it's time that we fairly give some people their due or make some
reparations or something like that.
Reparations, fucking cancel niggas student loans, make niggas go to school for free. Just things that even out the playing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when the bottom line is that they're not really ready to give up that advantage that they built unfairly. So they have to pretend that everything is fine and that black people are just being extra. You know what I'm saying? Like
being like overly dramatic and all.
Yeah, like all the opportunities are here because some black people could get it. You know what I'm saying? Because what's really going on is when you have somebody like a Jay-Z and a Russell Simmons and a Diddy and a Master P and all those people, they're just figureheads. You know what I'm saying? They like figureheads for black culture to really just give their culture away to white people, and they make mad money with white people. And then at the fucking end of the day, they want to call that equality because they want to they were like, yo, if America's racist, then why Beyonce? Because it's not 1,000, 3,000, 10,000 Beyonces. It's one Beyonce. So there's something wrong with that because there's a whole bunch of white people equivalent to Beyonce, and there's not just one. You know what I'm saying? Like they control everything. They have all the opportunities. You have all, just generational wealth where you could, go to school, fuck off, do what the fuck you do. Most of us don't go to college because we can afford the shit. You know what I'm saying? Most of us don't want to make that bill. If my family gave me a fucking college fund and all this shit, and it's time for me to go to college, I'll go to college. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us will more go to college if it didn't cost $30,000, $40,000 a year, or $20,000 a year, whatever the fuck. Especially if you want to go to an actual good school. You know what I'm saying? Right. So the thing is, like, just make it fair, bro. Treat us fairly. Give us opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the stronghold of white supremacy it's not gonna work, man, because it's just too many races in America. You know what I'm saying? It's too many different races, and we are all like, the internet evened up a lot of information that they hoarded for themselves and didn't give it to us, so we can't succeed. Now we can find it and it's available to us, and we also could do direct to consumer. You know what I'm saying? Another thing with the corona thing, this shit is really also meant, I think, to destroy fucking just businesses, like physical businesses. Like, we don't really have to live in a place where we're like, tell me when was the last time that you really went in the store and bought something like a TV? Like, niggas don't really. TV gets sent to my crib. The microphone gets sent to my crib. My laptop gets sent to my crib. Like, all of this fucking spending $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month to have a fucking business at a business spot. You know,
I believe it. I can relate to you on that note too, man, in a real way. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you spend money wisely as far as the important things, like as far as putting food on the table, buying groceries and everything, which is very important. You know, stack up on your groceries, on your foods. You stack up on the important stuff, like as far as clothes and, you know, things that you need first before you can just buy what you want, whatever you have left over, or you just better off just saving it and putting it away somewhere.
That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to be able to accrue a certain amount of savings to be able to do other stuff. And also, we're at the age where if you got ideas, you could buy certain things within $1,000, $2,000. Where if I want to shoot music videos, you can get a good ass camera and a whole setup of what you need to start doing that shit. And you don't need to. Nobody needs to go into a public place and be like, hey, I want you to shoot a video. You are on the internet and you're like, yo, I shoot videos, man. I shoot videos. It was 1 year I shot 50 fucking videos. You know what I'm saying? Like 2011, 2012, I was like, yo, my goal is to shoot 50 videos. And I did that shit. You know what I'm saying? But if I was thinking about, like, yo, I need this or I need that or do this or do that, then I don't do shit. But that's why we're at a place where we could even up certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Where we could go out and we could say, like, yo, you know what? I even with Photoshop.
Right.
Yo, I do designs, I do this, that, and the third.
Till how did we get here as African Americans? And then what is African American? Because African Americans go from Chile all the way to Canada.
Also, that we were also considered Spanish because the Moors were the ones who went into Europe during the Dark Ages and taught these different tribes.
Ellen Kane saw her act in 1928 and appropriated Jones's vocal stylings for a recording of I Wanna Be Loved by You. Jones's style, as imitated by Kane, went on to become the inspiration for the voice of cartoon character Betty Boop.
Of all oppressed peoples, including especially the working masses, specifically the laboring people of all the world.
Fritz Pollard was the very first black head coach in the National Football League, as well as one of the league's first black players.
All black people do not come from the same.
You roll in a drowsy, syncopated tune, rocking back and forth to a mellow croon. I heard a Negro play.
And the cage bird sings. And that book really speaks to me because it speaks about a young African-American girl that was ready to have her innocence with her at a young age.
The importance of Dr. King's legacy to me is a story of faith, humility, strength, you know what I mean, to go through that struggle and still be able to wake up and do it.
I think it was a good thing, you know, because during that time, you know, there was a lot going on and people dealing with slavery. All people in general should have equal rights.
Promoted her products by traveling around the country, giving lecture demonstrations, and eventually established Madam C.J. Walker Laboratories in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Lincoln Motion Picture Company was a black-owned film production company founded by the Johnson brothers in 1915 in Omaha, Nebraska. It was incorporated in 1916 in Los Angeles, California. Harriet Tubman was born in Dorchester County, Maryland in 1820 and successfully escaped a life of slavery in 1849. She led hundreds of slaves north to freedom, becoming the most famous conductor on the Underground Railroad.
Lincoln said to a nation far more divided than ours, "We are not enemies, but friends. Though passion may have strained, it must not break our bonds of affection."
Get the fuck over to the sidewalk.
Man, you ain't gotta talk to us like that, man. We live right down the street.
Did I tell you to get the hell off the street?
It's our job to teach our youth more about Black history so we can, start to love one another. If we love one another, eventually people will do the same too.
Shout out to Sweet Pea, King Jeffrey, big ups to 08, Jazzy Lee.
Shout out to my guy Monorail. He's a dope producer. He's a dope producer out of New York. He's in here. His name is Sheesh. He's a two-man production group with his brother. Shout out to Monorail, man. Them guys are dope. If you're looking for fire beats, shout out to Monorail.
Shout out to Monorail. Big ups. Let's give him a round of applause.
And shout out to my nigga Jeff, bro. Jeff is a comedian. That nigga Jeff at the crib waiting by the mailbox. Get out the mailbox, Jeff. That's just coming to your direct deposit, you fool.
Yep. Well, that's if you got direct deposit when you file your taxes and all that, it's gonna come to your account. But if you didn't add your bank account to your taxes and all, you probably gonna be waiting on the check a little while longer by the mailbox.
My shit came. I was like, yo,
shit was like that.
Just fast.